Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Ali and here I just talk to myself about books and then someone, maybe you, may or may not watch this at a later date. Today I bring you a mini book haul / December unboxing because my subscriptions arrived early, must be because of Christmas, but I thought might as well do it. I might get more books as Christmas presents, but I will probably do a video like towards January time. But yeah, let's get started. So as I said, I would like to go through like a mini book haul / unboxing for December. This does not include obviously any books that I have received as part of Christmas gifts. I did have a gift card left over, so I did buy a couple more books from Waterstones, and I've also got my Illumicrate and my Fairyloot monthly subscription to unbox. First of all, we'll get started with a short, small novella, and this is Odd Spirits by S.T. Gibson. This is a accompanying novella to Evocation, which I read earlier this year, which came as part of like a Fairyloot subscription, but I think I bought it on Vinted because I really wanted to read it. I love S.T. Gibson's writing, and I really enjoyed it. And the sequel's coming out next year, and it's on my 25 most anticipated releases of 2025. So I thought I might as well read the kind of prequel novella, which follows Reese and Moira. They've just got married and kind of like just follows their life, how Moira meets David and kind of how they will get reconnected before Evocations. And this is just a stunning like copy. It's signed by the author as well. It's got some beautiful end papers, and it's also got just random like illustrations, which are stunning. So very excited to read this. It shouldn't take me too long, but it might be one of the first ones I read in the new year. Next we have Air by Sabaa Tahir. I have yet to read Sabaa Tahir's other series, but it is on my priority list next year, and that is Ember in the Ashes series. But I saw this and I've heard really good things about it, and it sounded really good, and it's set in the same world but doesn't follow any characters that you've met as part of that series. And also this edition was stunning. So again, it's one that I got from Vinted. That came as part of the Fairyloot subscription that I do not yet have access to, but hopefully soon. But yeah, it's just a really beautiful edition of Air. So here you've got kind of redesigned cover, beautiful sprayed edges that matches the design, and you've got a beautiful naked foiled hardback. And some stunning end papers as well, again fully foiled everywhere. I bloody love foiling. But yes, super stunning, and I love like the constellations and stuff and the art. But yeah, I am hoping to read Ember in the Ashes, as I said, kind of as a priority next year, and then as soon as I've read it I will pick this one up because this is the first in another series, and I'm hoping that then I will be able to continue getting these special editions if I enjoy them, if Fairyloot continue to release them. So yeah, and along with this, the person who I bought it from also kindly sent me the overlays that came as part of the box, which they did not have to do, but they did, and I'm very happy that they did because they are also beautiful. I think I need to cut one of them down to size because it sticks out a little bit. Can't remember which one it is, but I will be definitely putting these in. They're just beautiful, beautiful. Then I am preempting that I will really enjoy the rest of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, which I'm aiming to read before the end of the year. So I do have my work cut out for me, but I'm going to try. I really loved the first book. I don't anticipate not loving the second and third, so I thought why not just get stuck into Caraval as well. Again, this will probably be one that I pick up next year because I do want to finish this series first, and I have already committed to reading loads of other series. But yeah, I've heard really good things about this. This is obviously the series that Stephanie Garber wrote before Once Upon a Broken Heart, and it's kind of like based around a circus. It's got two sisters and kind of magical events. So I've heard it's like kind of similar to the Night Circus, but not. I did really love the Night Circus as well, but this is obviously a trilogy, whereas the Night Circus was a standalone, and it's kind of slightly different vibe. I think this is more like YA, but I'm very excited for it, and I will only get the first one for now, and then if I enjoy it, and if I enjoy the rest of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, then I will get number 2 and 3 as well. Then I thought it was time to add another modern classic to my collection. This will probably go into the little pot that I pick out classics of every month, and that is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. Obviously this is quite a controversial book given the topic, but I feel like it's a classic and I do want to read it. Essentially this is about a poet who kind of becomes obsessed with an underage girl, so she's 12 years old, called Lolita, and kind of wants to own her and possess her and stuff, and it's just weird and creepy and a bit pervy, and yeah, not the like nicest of topics, but again I think it's like a one that I've heard good things about in terms of the writing, and it's also mentioned in one of the Police songs, and I've always wondered like what it means and what it's talking about, so I've always wanted to read this as well. And I've also read Dark Vanessa, which is somewhere over here. So yeah, my Dark Vanessa, which was a lot more kind of like realistic, not a classic. It was about a student who is groomed to have a relationship with her much older teacher, and I think that this was mentioned in there as well, or that I've read some reviews kind of comparing them in some way. And while I really, obviously that's a really dark topic as well, but I did really enjoy the writing and I really enjoyed the book. So this is another one that I will be reading. As I said, I'll put it in my pot, and then if I pick it out at some point I will read it as well. I have another like 1 or 2 Penguin modern classics to read as part of that as well, but the majority are like more classics. Next I got a historical fiction, which I do really enjoy historical fictions actually, predominantly the ones that follow family, so like family saga ones, but I heard good things about this. It was a book that was nominated in the 2023 Booker Prize. I think it was longlisted, and it's called The House of Doors by Tan Tuan Eng. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly, probably not, and I'm so sorry. But this, I'll just read the blurb because I don't know how to describe it any better than what the blurb says, but Willie Somerset Maugham is one of the greatest writers of the early 20th century, but in 1921 he is beleaguered by an unhappy marriage, ill health and business interests that have gone badly awry. He's also struggling to write. His friend Robert Hamlin offers an escape in the strait settlements of Penang, where Robert's steely wife Leslie learns to see Willie as he is, a man who has no choice but to mask his true self. As Willie prepares to leave, Leslie confides in him the secrets of her own, including how she came to know the charismatic revolutionary Dr. Sun Yat-sen, and more scandalous still, her connection to the Englishwoman charged with murder in the Kuala Lumpur courts, a tragedy drawn from fact and worthy of fiction. So it sounds really interesting. I've not really read a lot of books set in Malaysia or from Malaysian authors, and I wanted to kind of expand my horizons a little bit. So, you know, the fact that it was longlisted does fill me with hope. Although, having said that, I've definitely read some Booker Prize books that I'm like, I don't know why this one. But here we are. Next, I have The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. I did briefly talk about this in my 25 books on my TBR that I'm hoping to prioritise in 2025. This is the story of Amina, who is a retired pirate queen who wants to just live her best life with her family, you know, just chilling. However, she's offered a last adventure that she can't refuse, so she goes off onto kind of her last hurrah and, you know, does pirate things. And it sounds really interesting. I've heard really good things in terms of reviews, and yeah, I've not really read books with pirates in too much. I think I've really ever read like a couple, and I've definitely never read one where like the main character is a woman, or actually better still, an older woman. So it's not kind of like, you know, this prodigy 19-year-old girl, the chosen one type situation. So I think it'll be really interesting, and as I said, I've heard really, really good things about this, and I want to give it a go. Next, because I have zero self-control, I got the sequel to The Serpent and the Wings of Night, which is The Ashen and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. Have I read The Serpent and the Wings of Night? No. No, I have not. However, now I have both, and it's a duology, so I can just binge it. So in my mind, that makes sense. This one's also a lot chunkier than I realised. However, I didn't know it was out in paperback already, and again, The Serpent and the Wings of Night is one of the books that I'm wanting to prioritise in 2025, so why not just prioritise the duology as a whole? So yeah, I don't want to read the blurb because I don't want to accidentally spoil the first book for myself, but yes, this is one of the Crown of Nyaxia novels, and I know they're starting to release, or Carissa Broadbent has started to release some other like novellas and kind of standalones, also all related to the sword, so I do want to kind of get stuck in as well, and yeah. Last of the books I got that aren't my subscriptions was Anathema. I think I wanted to say Anathema, but then I'm pretty sure I heard someone say that it's Anathema, by Kerry Lake. I have never read anything by Kerry Lake. I think this is still independently published, just because of the vibe it's given. However, I follow someone on BookTok and on Bookstagram who just talks about this all the time, and I've read a few reviews, I've heard a few other people talking about it, and now I want to read it because I am easily influenced, and I'm a sucker for kind of like a dark fantasy romance. So yeah, I know very little about this other than there's like maybe witches involved, and as I said, it's kind of romantasy. But I will just read a couple of bits of the blurb. There are whispers about what lurks in Witch Nell, the forest where sinners go to die. The villagers call it the Eaten Woods because what's taken is never given back. Only those who've lost their senses would dare to go near it, or the banished. Maya Bronwick knows better than to breach the misty labyrinth of trees, but a tragic turn of events compels her beyond the archway of bones to a boundary no mortal has crossed before, one that cloaks a dark and fantastical world that's as dangerous as it is alluring. I don't know, it just sounds good, and as I said, someone who I follow keeps talking about it, keeps giving it really good reviews. I've then read other reviews and it looks promising. I am willing to give this one a go, especially because it is an indie published book, so you know, supported authors and all that. But yeah, I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping I've not fallen into a BookTok trap again, but we never know. Okay, so next we have the December Fairyloot Romantasy subscription. I think I know what this book's going to be, but I'm not sure what it looks like in terms of the customizations. So the spoiler card was A Love Most Divine, which I think again really reinforces that I think I know what this book is, and I'm quite excited because I saw that Waterstones has like 2 special editions of it and it's got quite good reviews, so it's filling me with hope that again it might be one of the few romantasies that I really enjoy from Fairyloot so far, and that is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eriu. So this is a completely redesigned cover and absolutely stunning. I love like the pastel colours. I'm assuming that will be a reversible dust jacket. Yes. Oh my gosh. So this is the original cover. And it's reversible. I think it's a slightly different colour than the standard published one, but again still stunning. And then, oh my gosh, this might be one of my favourite naked hardbacks I've ever seen. Like, oh, this is beautiful. Like the foiling, I think the like Latin names for like the astrological symbols, it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. The sprayed edges are beautiful and kind of match the cover, and the end papers are also beautiful. So there's like a dark lion made of shadows, it seems, and then these 2 people that I'm assuming are going to be our protagonists, it's given like, I don't know, some sort of fancy dark Aladdin, but we'll see. So I don't actually know too much about this other than, like, as I said, I've seen it quite a bit, and Waterstones has 2 special editions of it for some reason. But let me just read the blurb. So, you know the most dangerous kind of villain, a woman with nothing left to lose. In a world ruled by stars, cruel and merciless gods, Alara has been cursed by fate. A prophecy promises that she will fall for a star, but it will kill them both. When the star of wrath and war descends to hunt Alara, the neighbouring kingdom sees an opportunity to take her from her home, the kingdom of the night, to Helios, the kingdom of light, where she strides straight into the arms of an enemy prince. There, Alara is forced to either let Prince Lorenzo train her into a weapon worthy of battling against the tyrannical reign of the stars, or to accept her fate. But there are shadows even within the kingdom of light, and they threaten to reveal the darkness in Lorenzo's past, and the ancient magic that slumbers in Alara's veins, and with it all, the undeniable star-crossed pull between them. That sounds alright. That sounds good. That sounds like I might enjoy it. Again, I'm really reluctant to get my hopes up because so far I have not liked too many of these books. They've been a little bit disappointing, but as I said, this one sounds really good and it's got good reviews, and fingers crossed. And finally, we have the December Illumicrate box. So this arrived yesterday. I have not yet opened it. I'm very excited. Okay, so the spoiler card, the theme for this month was Ride or Die. This is the spoiler card if you want to see it. I will be trying to guess what they are before I look at them. And then January's theme is Fantasy Emporiums, which I think I know what the book is and I'm super excited for, and I'm really glad I didn't buy beforehand. Right, so let's start with this, which I'm going to assume, well, yes, it's an exclusive mug, and I'm really hoping by the way it looks that it's Jade City inspired, because that's one of my favorite trilogies ever, and I would love to have, like, I was so sad that I missed out on the Illumicrate special editions of Jade trilogy, and now you just can't buy them for anything less than like £250, and I just don't have that much money to spend on a set of books. But yes, let's have a look. Yes, it is. So here we have the siblings. So I'm presuming this is Hilo and Lan, and I can't remember her name, but oh, this is stunning. This might be my new favourite mug. I will use it all the time, but not too much because I don't want it to get ruined. But yeah, this is beautiful. Although I did expect their hair to be slightly darker, like it's very brown. But let's just double check that it is definitely, yep. And designed by Rosie Thorns, who I love. And yeah, Hana of No Peak Clan with your latest mug featuring artwork inspired by Jade City. Good stuff. Definitely will add this to my mug collection. Right, okay, so next we have some bookmarks. I love these character bookmarks. I have no idea who these people are, but I love this art style so much, and these are absolutely stunning. I don't care that I don't know who they are. I will read the book because they're beautiful. So here we have these people. It looks like there's like 4 guys and a girl, and oh, I wonder if it's like the Raven boys, because there's a raven here, and I think that's kind of set in kind of like school time, and they've got like ravens on their jumpers. You can't really see in this light, but let's have a look. Again, I will definitely be adding this to my collection of bookmarks I've received from Illumicrate because I love them. Right, so yes, Cabe's Water Crew bookmarks, inspired by the Raven cycle, so Raven Boys. I've not read that series. I wonder if I'm too old to read it now. Like maybe it's one that I should have read when I was a bit younger, and I don't know, the YA would have hit home a bit more, but like, I don't know, I'm willing to give it a go. But otherwise, regardless, these are stunning and I love them and I'm going to keep them. So yes. Right, next we have, it's like a makeup pouch. Well, this is handy actually, because my makeup bag is on its last legs. This almost looks like it's inspired by like the book from last month, which was oh, I can't remember what it's called, like something about like last hour in this world or something like that. But and it's like really soft and velvety, and I really like it. I really quite enjoy like usable items. The only one that I think I haven't liked so far is the like shampoo bottles and stuff, because I just don't use those and I don't really know what I'm going to do with them. And I think they were inspired by the Honey Witch, so I don't know, I might get rid of them, I might donate them to somebody, we shall see. But let's just double check this one. So yes, the Heart of Time embroidered pouch inspired by The Last Hour Between Worlds, which was the book from last month's subscription. I have yet to read that, but I am very excited, and I might move my makeup into this because it's stunning. Okay, and then, oh, okay, so we have the book, but I think there's something else underneath. A calendar. Oh, okay, so this is a calendar, artwork by Polarts. I don't know if I've seen any of that art before, but let's have a look. Like the pink and blue theme. Okay, so I think this might be our book that we're getting now. February, V. Schwab, A Darker Shade of Magic. Yeah, Legends and Lattes. Love it. A Tempest of Tea. The Falconer. I've not read that either, but I've heard good things. And I know Illumicrate have got a special edition set, so I don't know. Master of Gin. I've heard really good things about this one as well that I do want to read. We shall see. Bound, that is on my list. The Dragon Republic, stunning, absolutely stunning. Darkest Mercy, not heard of that at all, but the art is beautiful. Ali Hazelwood Bride. I'm assuming this is like people and their best friends. I feel like that's the vibe it's giving. The Last Hour Between Worlds, and Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Nice. I don't really use calendars, but it is pretty, so I might use it. I'll put it up on my desk. Why not? Why not? And let's just double check. So yes, it's a 2025 multi-fandom calendar featuring beautiful artwork and iconic bookish BFFs. So yeah, it's kind of like main characters and their friends. Okay, and this book I've actually been really excited for. I didn't know what this one was going to be. Kind of, maybe. But I didn't know what it would look like. And oh, I love it. So this is Hammerjang Luck. I absolutely love the colour scheme, and the holographic foiling is stunning. Sprayed edges, beautiful. Let's have a look. Ooh. Okay, so it's kind of like, it's a bit like the A Study in Drowning type situation, where it looks like someone's diary or like technical drawings and stuff. It's very cyberpunky vibes. I think this is like a sci-fi cyberpunk type book. But yeah, so here we have our characters, I presume, and on the other side we have more characters, so they must be different. And this is signed by the author. Is this a digital signature? No, it's an actual signature. Shiny. But yes, I am quite excited for this. I don't usually like sci-fi, but not that I don't usually like sci-fi. It has to be really good for me to like it. But I've heard somewhat good things about this. So let me just read the blurb. Edie is done with crime. 8 years behind the bars changes a person, costs them too much time with too many of the people who need them the most. And it's all Angel's fault. She sold Edie out in what should have been the greatest moment of their lives. Instead, Edie was shipped off to the icy prison planet spinning far below the soaring sky bridges and neon catacombs of Kepler's space station of home to spend the best part of a decade alone. But then, a chance for early parole appears out of nowhere and Edie steps into the pallid sunlight to find none other than Angel waiting, and she has an offer. One last job, one last deal, one last target. The trillionaire tech god they failed to bring down last time. There's just one thing Edie needs to do, trust Angel again, which also happens to be the last thing Edie wants to do. What could possibly go all hammerjang about this plan? So this is apparently Ocean's 8 meets Blade Runner. Whatever. I will give it a go. It kind of sounds a little bit like Gideon the Ninth / I don't know, Six of Crows type situation. Heist and maybe some morally grey characters, but yes, excited for this one. So that brings me to the end of my December unboxing, and pop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see some more, and yeah, see you soon.